Thank you for calling TCG Market Data. Today we're going to answer the question, should you invest in temporal forces? And we're going to figure that out by looking at the data for the sealed product. Then we're going to look at the data for the cards. Then we're going to look at the spreadsheet and look at temporal forces as a whole and see what direction it's trending in. Starting off with the temporal forces booster box, currently priced at $253.20 with an average of $260.28. So we are $7 below average. All-time high is $282 and all-time low is $191. So we're sitting significantly closer to that all-time high. Volatility is medium at 3.0, 24-hour percentage change is positive 0.25, 7-day percentage change is positive 0.01, and the 30-day percentage change is actually negative 6.99. So what I want to point out here is this graph actually shows me some of the most beautiful data I like to see. And there's this specific pattern that I like to see, which is, soft support, trading flat, into a severe downtrend, into support again. Now, yes, this is trending downwards, but at the end of the day, this is a booster box. What is this booster box going to do long term? You tell me. What has every booster box done long term? I don't know. This is exactly what you want to see. Eventually, this is probably going to do this exact same pattern in reverse. Whenever you see these, long periods of time where there's still, healthy data, there's still price movement, not just like a straight line. There's sales happening, steady movement. It's just trending downwards. Every day that a booster box goes down in value is another day of opportunity for someone who wants to get into investing and collecting these products. So I don't think we're going to see this for too long. Yes, we did have a crazy November, crazy December, and now we're into 2026. But these are the things you need to pay attention to. This is the reason I make these videos, to point out these little anomalies in the market. So what else do we have? We have the Elite Trainer box for Temporal Forces, the Pokemon Center version, currently priced at $221 with an average of $222. All-time high is $252. All-time low is $159. So we're $30 from all-time high, and we're $50, $70 away from all-time low. So we are closer to that all-time high. Volatility is low at 0.7. There's been zero movement in the last 24 hours, zero movement in the last week, and for the month we're only down 1.44%. But if you look, there's actually only 2 transactions in the last 30 days, here and here. Only 2 transactions. That tells me this is a dead product. Now, usually we don't see products slow down like this, and we don't see data like this, pretty much a flat line. I don't even like to present data like this because it's boring. But this is happening way sooner than it should be happening. And it's happening on a lot of products on that earlier first half of Scarlet and Violet. Usually it takes like an extra year to 2 before we see this. And that tells me a lot about just the Pokemon market in general, as humans, societies in general, that, our attention spans are continuing to decrease. What does that mean? 2 things. You have a potential opportunity, just like with the booster box, or this could flatline and stay at this price point for years. Like, this could be dead. This really could be dead for a long time. Because it's not like some of the other Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes where, there's a lot of sales, a lot of movement in the down direction. This is flatlining. So people just don't care. People aren't selling it. It's either reached sort of like a soft price peak, soft price range. I'm not sure what that's truly going to be. But when this, what I feel like might be a new and kind of fast bull market that's approaching because of Ascended Heroes. I hate to speculate like that. I don't have the data, but I just have a feeling, right? I'm not sure if that is going to affect temporal forces whatsoever. Now, Surging Sparks affected temporal forces and, the sets around that time with Destined Rivals and everything. But this is, I think, far enough back to where we've lost the plot a little bit there. So unfortunate if you're, waiting on these. I'm not sure what opportunity you have here anymore. Next, we have the regular Temporal Forces Elite Trainer box. Now we see some good data, currently priced at $82.31, averages $80. So we're up $2 on that average. That's really good because you see the Pokemon Center boxes, you know, pretty much puttered out, but people are still trading the regular Elite Trainer box, and that's the story across the board. You know, whether it's down or up, people still care about the regular Trainer box because it's at a more desirable and more reasonable price point, right? All-time high is $93.67, so we are down 11, and the all-time low is 59, so we still have quite some ways, at least $20 before we get anywhere near all-time low, and guess what? We're trending upwards anyway. Volatility is low at 1.1, 24-hour percentage change is positive 0.98, almost 1%. And if you ever see, you know, movement in either direction on that 24-hour percentage change, that means people still care. So people still do care about this product, just not the last one, right? 7-day percentage change is positive 1.73, 30-day percentage change is positive 2.05, and that's not a lot, and that's great. We don't need 5, 10, 20% in 1 month. We need 1 to 4% in a month is what we need. So this is sitting right where I like to see it, and it's exactly where I feel like this is, you know, investing territory, right? So we bounced off the floor of 78 here. It's not an all-time low, but it is going to be for this month. So this is obviously a low range. And then we have a kind of a flattening period here, little lull in the market. And then, of course, it's trending upwards for some reason in the last couple days. Had a very strong mid-December, and actually a lot of products went in the opposite direction during this time period. They went right down through this and then sort of flattened out, maybe bounced up or continued down in this direction. This is where almost everything is, and in this area of Scarlet and Violet is kind of right here. But the Temporal Forces Elite Trainer box is sort of doing the opposite, which is good, especially if you're holding that. Next, we have the Temporal Forces Booster Bundle. Now, this is kind of weird because a lot of booster bundles are doing the opposite. And this is where Temporal Forces is kind of a weird set. I'm not sure what's going on here, but the current price is $57.40. The average price is $59.25, so we are $2 below average. All-time high is $59.74. We actually hit that right about mid-December, right here. So I'm going to do little ATH for you right here. All-time high, we just hit that. Boom. All-time low is 39. We're not anywhere near that. I wouldn't worry about that. Yeah, it is $18 away, but it's not that close. Volatility is low at 0.9. I love to see low volatility. 24-hour percentage change is in the negative at negative 0.4. 7-day percentage change is negative 3.07. 30-day percentage change is negative 2.84. Again, this isn't too drastic of change in the negative to where it's going to cause any sort of bull or bear market or rush into it. So this is healthy negative data. I know negative sounds negative, but that's good if you've been waiting or it hasn't been at a price point for you. So as you can see, it's kind of hard to pull any sort of supports or ceilings out of here, but obviously the all-time high was the ceiling, and we are trending down kind of alarmingly, and there's no real support history in the last month that we can point to sort of play with. So I would just watch this product for the next few days and see what happens. Next, we have the Temporal Forces Booster Pack, currently priced at $6.49 with an average of $6.67. So we're only like 20 cents away from average in the negative direction. All-time high is $7.05. All-time low is $5. Volatility is low but higher than average for this set right now at 2.8. 24-hour percentage change is positive 0.31, 7-day percentage change is negative 0.31, and the 30-day percentage change is negative 0.76. Again, this all looks really good. This is all pretty solid data. Generally, a lot of products did follow this trend, like I was saying a little bit earlier, kind of like a strong, support in the beginning of the month right here. And then we had the very nice spike up right here, this part of the month. And then that turned into a nice support region, right? Of course, down again. And then we returned back to baseline. So that's actually just flash in the pan kind of stuff. And we're trading sideways. Yes, there's a slight negative downtrend, I wouldn't worry too much about it because it's a booster pack. And how much farther down could this decrease in price? Is it going to hit the $5 range? I'm not sure. It might hit $6.20, it might hit $6.10, but this isn't data you need to worry too much about. And this is when you can't look at every chart, you can't look at every set of data the exact same way, right? Because it's a booster pack. Generally, it's just going to follow the trend of the booster box or the booster bundles and things, you know, and those per pack prices are generally going to track with each other. So I think if this goes below $6, I would be very excited and I would start buying these and ripping them for fun. That's what I would do. Before we get into the singles here, I want to look at the data for the sealed altogether. For the last 24 hours, on average, there's actually been no real change in the sealed product for temporal forces. For the last week, we're averaging in the positive 0.03%, so not much has changed in the last week. And for the last month, temporal forces is actually down as a sealed set, negative 0.07%. So it's not really negative, it's negligibly negative, but it is technically negative. So there you go. Next, at number 5, we have the Raging Bolt EX, the special illustration rare, technically the biggest hit in the set. And I think this is going to be pulling down that booster box and that pack price because the biggest card you can hit is $60, right? There's really nothing to get too excited about, especially if you're kind of like an addictive individual and just like to chase like $100, $200, $300 cards. This is not the set for you, all right? This is the set for the investor or whatever, the collector. Average price is $62, $67, so we're $2 below. Average all-time high is $106 and all-time low is $60.42. Which means we just hit that right here. We just hit that all-time low and bounced right off of it. Volatility is low at 2.2. 24-hour percentage change is 0. 7-day percentage change is negative 0.9, and the 30-day percentage change is negative 6.22. Now, what would I do with this? What I would do if I was holding this card right now and I see it's going down, I'm personally not even going to sell. What I would do is I would put this in a long-term hold binder because I think this is going to have value in the long term, even if it just gets back to $100. But for a collector, for your kids, whatever, you know, there's no reason to make any decisions on this. At least that's how I feel if I were in this position. I don't currently have one, but we do see a pretty wide price range here from about the 62 to 66 range. So that gives us about a, average of 64 where it should have supported, and it didn't. It failed right at 64, down, bouncing off of 62, and then failed 62 immediately after, down into this next. There's really nothing to pull from here except that it went down, and then we have new ceiling and new floor right here from about the 62 to 60 range, which means it's only a $2 range, meaning 61 is that midpoint where it's sitting at $60.50. So more likely that it's probably going to suck up to that $61 range in the next few days, test it, and then we'll see what happens from there. But really, we're just talking dollars and cents on this card, nothing too crazy. Next, we have an illustration rare, only $5 off, less than $5 off from the price of the special illustration rare, the biggest one you can get from the set. The difference here is temporal forces, and the whole story of temporal forces long term, why I think this is actually an incredible investment for myself, is it has multiple Gastly / Gengar cards in it. The first one being this Gastly, an incredible artwork, very cool, very creepy. We are $1 above average at $54 being the average. All-time high is 87, all-time low is 35. So we're $20 above average, or above all-time low, and we're about $30 below the all-time high. Volatility is low at 1.7. 24-hour percentage change is negative 0.59, 7-day percentage change is positive 5.08, and that 30-day percentage change is actually pretty much flat at positive 0.42. So what happened? Some people got a discount. That's what happened. So this like kind of 50 52.50 range right here was a solid floor for it, and it bounced right back up to its previous price point, its previous price support and ceiling, which is this range, which is about 55.75 to about 54.75, and came right back up and shot right through it. So what's going to happen? You already know what's going to happen. It's going to bump its head, and it's going to correct back down maybe to 50, 55 even. I'm just going to guess it's probably going to come back to 55 even, because whenever you see stuff like this, it's not going to last. It's just not going to last, and that's okay. Next, we have the Morty's Conviction Special Illustration Rare, and isn't it interesting that there's a Special Illustration Rare that is cheaper than an Illustration Rare, and here's one of them. And I think the biggest issue here is, of course, it's a trainer card. It doesn't even say Gengar on it. It just features Gengar, right? So long term, I think this will perform very well for those, Gengar investors and collectors. It is currently priced at $38, so that is a good price in my opinion for a Special Illustration Rare. Average price is $40, so we are trending downwards about $2 away from average. All-time high is $63, and the all-time low is $34, so only $4 away from that all-time low. Volatility is low at 2.2, 24-hour percentage change is negative 0.08, 7-day percentage change is negative 0.69, and the 30-day percentage change is negative 6.11. 6% in a 30-day period is significant. That is a lot. So that might pop up on a few people's radars. Anyone who's tracking stuff like I am, they will notice this card, and they might make a decision on whether they want to buy or sell it. So just keep that in mind. Now it looks like we do have a very strong support at this 38-39 range here. It's probably going to hold for a while. It could turn sour. It could continue to turn sour, but I think we're going to have some solid support, but we will have a solid ceiling at about $41. So we have about a $3 price range, making, I would say, $39.50 a solid midpoint here. And this is our current price range. There you go. Next, we have at number 2, the Gengar EX. This is an ultra rare, priced at $37.20. That is incredible. When you look at the art here, does this look like a $37 card? It does not, but it's just a Gengar. So always keep that in mind. Average price is $36.03, so we're $1 above average. All-time high is 45, all-time low is 17. So we are significantly closer to that all-time high than that all-time low. Volatility is low at 1.5. 24-hour percentage change is positive 0.24. 7-day percentage change is positive 3.22. 30-day percentage change is positive 3.74. So, looking at the chart here, we have pretty solid upward trend. First half of December looked pretty good, but obviously we had a strong ceiling right here, as you can see. So usually these pop out of these once you hit that apex. It popped out before it totally hit that apex, down, right? Solid floor at 35, looks very good, tested 2-3 times, and then immediately shot right out. This was kind of unexpected. Saw this card earlier in the month and was not expecting this to happen, and we actually ended the month in the positive, obviously 3.74%. So if you've been sitting on this, congratulations, you made 3%. Next, we have the Walking Wake EX Special Illustration Rare. And I just wanted to point it out, it is a Special Illustration Rare that is worth less than an Ultra Rare in the same set. Now, I know it comes down to the Pokemon. I know it has a huge influence on the price and popularity. But again, long term, what is going to perform best? Most likely, rarity. Most likely, it's going to be rarity. Now, am I going to jump and just buy a bunch of these cards? These Walking Wakes? Absolutely not. Do I think they look cool and I like to have one or two? Yes, but I'm not going to speculate on cards like that. Currently priced at $36.50 with an average of $37. We are down $1 from average. All-time high is 65, so we've lost $30 in value. All-time low is $35.72. We're currently at 36, so we are very close to that all-time low. Currently, the volatility is medium at 4.0, And this isn't good volatility, because if you have medium volatility with a negative trend in the month, that means people are getting scared and are willing to sell this product at a loss. 24-hour percentage change is positive 0.5, 7-day percentage change is positive 1.2, but that 30-day percentage change is negative 2.3. So you have a 2.3% discount on this card right now if you've been waiting. It is very beautiful. Do what you will. Next, we're going to talk about the data again. Let's look at just the cards real fast. For the last 24 hours, it's 0% change. For the last 7 days, it's positive 0.16% on the cards. And for the last month for the cards, it's actually positive 2.5, which is very interesting to see cards performing better than the sealed on this product. Because as you remember, we are negative, almost even, but technically negative on the sealed. And if we look at all data, I think there's an issue with the back-end data here, with everything being 0, to be honest with you. Probably lost a day of data, or there's a little glitch there, but that'll probably go away soon. But for the last week, the average is positive 0.1 for all cards and sealed on average. And for all cards and sealed over the last month, it is positive 1.44. So if you'd like to get your hands on the spreadsheet, go ahead and check the description for the free Patreon, which has the free TCG market tracker. All you have to do is join. It won't cost you nothing. This is free for you. You don't like free stuff? Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.